Good morning. I'm Gregory Mason, and welcome to First Presbyterian Church for Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church's service. Got some announcements to start with. The Social Justice Committee is organizing and funding a multi-generational Saturday Sack Lunch project next Saturday, June 8th at St. Luke's Hospitality Center on 7th and Main at 10:15 a.m. We will make up 72 sack lunches. Consider donating fruit cups, individually packaged chips, juice boxes, or boxes of cookies we can subdivide into baggies. Contact Diane Lang to serve in this hunger ministry, arrange drop-off of your donations, or to schedule a pickup before next Friday. If you didn't pick up one of these little paper hexagons, if you'd raise your hand, Joe will bring one to you. Next Sunday, you know what, I'm going to leave that announcement till later. OBUUC is in the second annual Juneteenth parade. The pre-parade will start at 9:45 a.m. and the route will be about 2 miles long. We will also have a booth at the Juneteenth celebration being held at the Dr. John Bryant Center from 12 to 8. Contact Jody Spencer if you're interested in joining the parade. June 16th, we will be celebrating and saying goodbye to Reverend Danielle during her last service with us. And June 23rd is our General Assembly. We will have the church open if you want to come here and watch the service. We will be here, or you can stay at home and watch it from the comfort of your own home. It is pre-recorded, so it's a definite, it's not going to go on and on and on, like it has sometimes. June 30th, Reverend Darren Utley from First Pres will be leading our worship. Okay, I'm going to get back to this announcement. Next Sunday, June 9th, we will have a brunch potluck followed by our annual meeting downstairs in the dining room. Please note this time change. The potluck will begin at 9:45 a.m. with the annual meeting starting at 10:30. Please consider bringing a brunch, breakfast, or lunch dish to pass, and the meeting will be available on Zoom. I have one volunteer to help with setup next Saturday morning at 10. If I can get another one, that would be great. And also, Andrea Bumpers, okay, thank you. And then you could always use helpers after the annual meeting to do dishes and clean up. So, looks like we'll have some, so thank you. Thank you to our volunteers today, our ushers, Kathy Carson and Joe Cushing, our Zoom host, Shirley Reynolds, and our coffee hour hosts, Joyce Firebaugh, Jan Fredrickson, and Patty Riemann. For more information and details about all of these announcements, along with others and community announcements, see your weekly emails. Please join us for coffee hour in Erman Hall following the service. For those joining us on YouTube, log into Zoom after the service for your coffee hour. The link is in today's email.
Good morning. Welcome to Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. I am the Reverend Danielle Lindstrom. My pronouns are she, hers, and it is good to be together. Welcome to everyone here in person, and if we can wave to our beloveds joining us online, good morning, welcome. We are delighted to share an all-ages service as we celebrate our annual flower ceremony, flower communion. And if you're looking for a space to wiggle and move extra, the nursery is always open upstairs. I share these words of welcome from our member Alex Riley. It is good to be together. Together in this co-created sacred space where all are welcome. No matter how you experience or express gender, you are welcome here. No matter who you love or how you love, you are welcome here. No matter where you are from or where you are on your journey, you are welcome here. No matter if you come full of energy or find yourself running on empty, here we have space for rest, for joy, for love. You are welcome here. You are part of a beloved community that is sacred because each and every one of us is sacred, held always in a larger love. It is good to be together.
We begin our service with a shared ritual, lighting our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian Universalist tradition. Our words this morning are by Thomas Rhodes. He writes, "We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches. Some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped inward. Some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are."
Maybe let's read that one more time. Let's hear it again. It was so beautiful.
The whole thing?
Let's just hear it one more time.
Here we go. Our words are by Thomas Rhodes. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches. Some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped upward and inward. Some of us are spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes. Some of us are prickly sometimes. And all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are.
We want to start our time together by sharing the history of our flower service and its creator, Norman Kopic, from DLRE Meredith Plummer. Norman Kopic was born in southern Czechoslovakia near the European country of Germany in 1870. He was raised Catholic, later converted to the Baptist faith, and he was married and had 11 children. And that was at the age of 45. He moved to the United States to serve a Baptist congregation in New Jersey. One Sunday, his children went to the Unitarian church. Kopic and his wife were astonished. They liked what the children were taught and began to attend. Soon they became members.
In 1921, Reverend Kopic returned to Czechoslovakia to found a Unitarian church in the city of Prague. At this time, the people in Prague were looking for new religious ideas, and Kopic began to write and talk and share. People became curious. They became interested. In less than 2 years, 3,000 people attended his services. He continued to write and teach, and the Unitarian faith in Czechoslovakia grew to 10,000 people. The Prague congregation was the largest Unitarian congregation in the world during the 1930s. His message of love, liberty, and acceptance in community was powerful.
So the story of the first flower service goes, on one beautiful spring day, an idea came to Reverend Chapek. The idea was simple and clear. The next Sunday, he asked all the people in the church to bring a flower or a budding branch or a twig. Each person was to bring one.
What kind? They asked. What color? What size? What do you want us to bring? You choose, he said. Each of you choose what you like. And so the next Sunday, which was the first Sunday of summer, the people came with flowers and sticks, and some people probably left their flowers at home, and that's okay because there's always enough for everyone. They came to that tiny church.
During the service, Reverend Chapek told the congregation, "These flowers are like ourselves, different colors and different shapes and different sizes, each needing a different kind of care, but each is beautiful, each important and special in his own way." He was showing his congregation that there is profound beauty in difference, to see the beauty in it rather than to be afraid of it, or do our best to or don't ignore it because we know that we each are individuals with different needs and different fears.
We grow at different rates. We bloom at different times, and each of us are beautiful, important parts of this community, the many pieces that come together to make the whole. And so this is what we celebrate every year. I would say we celebrate it every day. We make this special time on Sunday morning to honor that tradition, the flowers that you brought, the flowers you intended to bring, the flowers that you're imagining you would bring, all beautiful, and honor and carry on this tradition. I invite you now to rise in body and spirit, to join in singing hymn 21 in the gray hymn book, "For the Beauty of the Earth." many ways we give to the life of this church, and the monetary offering is just one of these ways. Each month we partner with a local organization that is doing really great, really meaningful work in our community. We are delighted that our partner for June is the Racine Literary Council. What did I say? Did I say literary? It says literacy. Oh my goodness. There are many ways. No. Our partner for June is the Racine Literacy Council. Now we won't forget, will we? Since it began almost 60 years ago, the Literacy Council has helped thousands of adults learn to read, write, to speak English, to help adults get their GEDs, to teach basic computer skills, to prepare people for the driver's exam, instruct people about what they need for the U.S. citizenship test, and coach folks to create resumes and launch job searches. This year, they've added a new program to teach whole families in this program. They are busy doing really beautiful, meaningful work. As I said, we are delighted to be partnering. If this is your first or second time here with us, please let these baskets pass by. You're here as our guest, and we are so delighted to share this sacred hour together. The offering will now be gratefully given and received. Once upon a time that could be now or 100 years ago, or maybe even 100 years in the future, there was a person. Perhaps this person is you or me. Perhaps this person a grandparent, a friend, a stranger. At one time or another, this person is all of us. For our purpose this morning, this person is our friend Abby.
One afternoon, our friend Abby sat in the park enjoying the sunlight on their face. And on what was a perfectly pleasant day, not too hot, not too cold, the sun was bright, but not too bright. They had some things to do on their to-do list, but weren't overwhelmed. Still, they felt alone. Alone and maybe sad and maybe heartbroken and maybe okay too, but also maybe not. Have you ever felt this way? Something isn't right, but it's hard to understand exactly what it is. Our friend wondered how they could make this feeling go away.
I wish. I wish. I wish there was something that I could do that would make me feel better.
And as out of thin air, a giant seed appeared at their feet. A note was attached to the seed. It read, so our friend picked up the seed and took it home. I don't have it.
The sign says, "Take good care of this plant and this seed. When it blooms, you will find what you need."
So our friend picked up the seed and took it home. There was only one problem.
I've never grown anything.
I've never grown anything before.
Just then, their neighbor came by.
Of course,
Hi.
boss, we need a pot and some dirt. I have some right over here.
Great.
Together, they
Together.
planted the seed.
Watch out for the...
Together they planted the seed, and then the neighbor walked away.
Okay, now grow.
Just then, a second neighbor named Ellie walked over.
Hi, I noticed you have a pot of very dry dirt. Have you given your seed any water? I have a watering can you can use. Let me show it to you. Water it when it gets dry.
Water, of course. Thank you, neighbor. Now it will surely grow. Nothing is happening. Maybe I should sing to it.
Should we all sing to our flower? Yes? All right. We are going to sing to our seed so that it may bloom for our friend Abby. Let's sing hymn number 16, "'Tis a Gift." We're going to sing it through 2 times.
think my seed liked the song. But now what?
Our third neighbor, Carolyn, came over.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I did love the singing. I see that you're keeping your flower in your plant in the shade. I think it would feel better if it was in the sunshine.
Sunlight, of course. Thank you. Ooh, I think it's about to blossom. Okay, the note on the seed said that once it blooms, I will have exactly what I need to make me feel better. Here it comes.
The neighbors all gathered around the seed and continued to water it, to hold sunlight over it, to talk to it, maybe even sing to it, taking care of their seedling, turning it a bit. It takes all of us.
The flower bloomed. The flower is blooming.
The flower bloomed beautifully. But our friend waited and waited and waited.
The flower bloomed, but
Nothing happened.
nothing happened. I don't feel any different. I don't think I was surrounded by a great light. That sounds like something a magic flower might do. I don't think... Did it not work?
Just then, all of the friends and neighbors gathered round to admire the beautiful flower and all of the work they had put in to make it happen.
Wow! Amazing, incredible. You did such a great job. I bet we can grow even more flowers together.
Inspired by their flower, the neighbors and friends worked together to build a community garden. They planted vegetable plants to share with anyone who needed them. They each gave their time, shared their resources, and made something beautiful. While it wasn't the magic our friend expected to experience that day, the magic was in the sharing, the friendships, the relationships they built with one another along the way. Our friend found what they needed, a community that would help, support, and love them. And in return, our friend supported, helped, and loved them back. Thank you very much to our fabulous actors this morning. Inspired by our story. Everyone has their hectagon. Yes? Yes? If you don't raise your hand, we'll bring some more around. Inspired by our story, we're going to create our own OBUUC garden quilts. Right? So each of you have a hexagon. It's your little piece of the quilt that we will create together. In one word or so, what is it that you bring to our community? How do you help our flowers grow? How do you help our garden thrive? Perhaps you volunteer to do silly skits on Sunday mornings. Perhaps you bring courage. Perhaps this is your first time here and it is a courageous thing to try a new church. Perhaps you bring hope, looking for community. Perhaps you bring a call to justice. Think about what it is that you bring to our garden. We'll have markers going around in just a moment. Write down what it is you bring, how you help our flowers grow. When you are ready, bring your quilt square back up and we will add it to our beautiful garden quilts.
Do I have some children that would like to pass out markers? Come on up. You're gonna, two of you go that way. Someone take the basket. I have another basket. I have another basket. You can go down that other aisle. Someone go down this aisle. So this design is called Grandma's Flower Garden. It's an actual quilt design. And people wrote some of the ways that they are part of this community and how they help this church. We've got strength, peace, gratefulness, empathy, hope, helping others with rides and information, etc. Service, being inclusive, being kind, financial support, compassion, love, hope, having a giving spirit, having wisdom, sharing her story, being creative, being brave, having a welcoming heart, tolerance, coming in with a smile, singing and having music and enthusiasm.
There is so much that we bring to this community. We've captured just a word, but it changes day to day as we give, as we can, as we are nourished by this family, this congregation. Each of us are beautiful. Each of us are beautiful. Each of us are beautiful. I don't think we say or hear that enough. Each of us are beautiful. You are beautiful. It takes all of us coming together to make this community possible, all that we bring. And this is what we celebrate. This is what we honor. This is what we hope for. All that we bring, all that we are, all that we give, all that we take. It takes all of us to make Olympia Brown Unitarian Universalist Church. We will take our quilt into the coffee hour space after. I encourage everyone to take a closer look, to feel the love, the energy, and the power that is all that we bring to help our garden grow. Will you join me now in the spirit of prayer, the spirit of meditation? Part of being in community is sharing our lives with one another, sharing our joys, sharing our sorrows. We do this in so many different ways. We bring them here, reminded that we do not go through this life alone, that we are in this world together. Our prayer, inspired by Nancy Schaefer, is that which holds us all, because she wanted everyone to feel included in her prayer. She said right at the beginning, several names for the Holy Spirit, she said, Holy One, Mystery, God. But then thinking these weren't enough ways of addressing that which cannot be fully addressed, she added particularities, saying, Spirit of life, Spirit of love, Ancient Holy One, Mystery we will never fully know, Gracious God, and also Spirit of this earth, God of Sarah, Gaia, thou and then, most creative one, greatest source, closest hope. Even though superlatives like these may have felt maybe redundant, she couldn't stop. She continued, one who made the stars. She said, although she knew technically a number of those present didn't believe the stars had been made by anyone or thing, but just luckily happened. She continued, one who is an entire ocean of compassion, that which has been present since before the beginning. Then others began to offer names. Peace, said one. One my mother knew, said another. Ancestor, said a third. Wind, rain, breath, said one near the back. Refuge, that which holds all. A child said water. Someone said Kuan Yin. Then womb, witness, great kindness, great eagle, eternal stillness. And then there wasn't a need to say the things she thought important to say. Everyone sharing their sacred name for that which was holy. And everyone sat hushed until someone said amen. There are many ways we name that which is sacred, that which is holy to us. Following this example from our prayer, I invite you to say out loud or to hold in your hearts some of our own words, some of our own names for that which is sacred, that which is larger than each of us. With our names for the holy, for the sacred, for all that is called in, I invite you to share a name aloud or hold a name, an image in your heart, someone, something you are holding in love this morning. We are holding so much as individuals, as communities, in this time of war, of heartbreak and loss of beloveds afar, beloveds here at home. May we remember, nourish, and nurture these relationships, the relationships that extend beyond this room to the larger interdependent web of care, web of creation. We celebrate this morning our interconnectedness, our deep need for one another, that what affects one truly affects all, how deeply we still need this message. Reverend Chopik was killed in Dachau for his ideas, for this belief that he shared that everyone is sacred, everyone has a place, that there is difference in beauty. These ideas were deemed too dangerous. And we know how important they are. So we celebrate and we shout them and we march with them and we share them. We trust that this love that we hold is so much larger and stronger, that this message is so big and beautiful that we cannot help but share it everywhere we go. We know there are people, ourselves included, that need to be reminded that you are beautiful, we are beautiful, that it takes each and every one of us to make this world, to make this community possible. We don't fear difference. We celebrate it. We are curious. We are loving. We are hopeful. We will fail. We will try again. We will do this as we build, as we welcome in, as we listen deeply, all that it takes to be that beloved community that we so long for, that we so dream for, that we know in that deepest place of knowing that we know is possible. It has to be possible. We are in this together, this interdependent web of existence. We are brought together by hope. We are brought together by hope. We are held always, always in a larger love. Amen. Blessed be. May it be so. Will you join me in celebrating this love, singing, "There is a love in the order of service. There is a love holding me. There is a love holding us." So now we are going to bless the flowers that we each brought with us, or the flowers that are at home, at the kitchen table, that's fine. Or if you are joining us online, if you have your flower, I invite you to hold it up to your camera now so that we may bless them together, that we may receive this blessing written by Reverend Norbert Chapek.
The words of this blessing are from Reverend Norbert Chapek's The Consecration of Flowers. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these, thy messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and of gifts, to be one in desire and affection and devotion to thy holy will. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of thy most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of other talents discourage us or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in this world.
In the tradition of that first flower service, will the children come up and help us hand out flowers to everyone who's with us this morning? And we know that blessing is the work of community. So I invite you now to take a moment. Look at the flower in your hand. That flower that was brought by someone this morning. Where are the places where its colors shine bright? Where are the places where it looks like it maybe needed a bit more water? Where are the places that it connects to other parts that help it grow? Take a moment and think of a blessing for your flower. What would you like this flower in your hand to mean? What do you hope for someone else? And once you have that blessing, I invite you to trade flowers with those around you. like the crocus who begins to sprout surely before the last snowfall. before the sun is properly warming the earth. The crocus knows the sun is still there, that winter cannot last forever. We too know beauty and hope exist, that new beginnings are always possible, that we are held in love and a community that is always here to welcome us home. We are connected to the cycles of the earth, to light and to darkness, to death and to life. And there's a special place in our ritual to hold that these flowers grace us for such a short time. Their beauty will fade, their blossoms will drop, and it will be the memories of these flowers, the memories of this time together, the joy they brought, the lessons they taught us that continue to live on. We know there is strength in our diversity, that it takes all of us, and you have chosen to travel together. You might be building the road as you take it, but here you are. Here you are together. May we celebrate beauty, love, growth, connectedness, all that it means to be together in this shared experience of being human. May we share all of that and more in our final hymn of celebration, hymn 1064, Blue Boat Home, in your teal hymn book. I invite you to rise in body and spirit. We extinguish our chalice. but not the light of this community. That light cannot be extinguished, for it lives in each of us, reminding us that we are connected, held always in a larger love. Our worship is over. Our service begins. Go forth sharing joy. Go forth sharing beauty. Go forth sharing love until we return again. Amen and blessed be.